This is my history video on the SS Edmund Fitzgerald. The Edmund Fitzgerald was an American Great Lakes freighter that sank in a Lake Superior storm on November 10th, 1975, with the loss of the entire crew of 29. When launched on June 7th, 1958, it was the largest ship in North America's Great Lakes, and it remains the largest to have sunk there. For 17 years, the Edmund Fitzgerald carried taconite iron ore from mines near Duluth, Minnesota, to iron works in Detroit, Toledo, and other Great Lakes ports. As a workhorse, it set seasonal haul records 6 times, often breaking its own previous record. Carrying a full cargo of ore pellets with Captain Ernest M. McSorley in command, it embarked on its final ill-fated voyage from Superior, Wisconsin, near Duluth, on the afternoon of November 9th, 1975. En route to a steel mill near Detroit, the Edmund Fitzgerald joined a second freighter, the SS Arthur M. Anderson. By the next day, the two ships were caught in a severe storm on Lake Superior, with near hurricane-force winds and waves up to 35 feet high. Shortly after 7:10 p.m., the Edmund Fitzgerald suddenly sank in Canadian waters 530 feet deep, about 17 miles from Whitefish Bay near the Twin Cities of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, a distance the Edmund Fitzgerald could have covered in just over an hour at its top speed. Although the Edmund Fitzgerald had reported being in difficulty earlier, no distress signals were sent before it sank. Captain McSorley's last message to Arthur M. Anderson said, "We are holding our own." Its crew of 29 perished and no bodies were recovered. The exact cause of the sinking remains unknown, though many books, studies, and expeditions have examined it. The Edmund Fitzgerald may have been swamped, suffered structural failure, or topside damage. And it could have been a combination of these. The disaster is one of the best known in the history of the Great Lakes shipping. The sinking led to changes in Great Lakes shipping regulations and practices that included mandatory survival suits, depth finders, positioning systems, increased freeboard, and more frequent inspection of the vessels. And as I said earlier, the cause of the wreck or of the sink is still unknown, although there are many theories about what could have happened. Some of the possible theories that people have come up with, let's see. Some people are saying that it was the waves and the weather that caused it. Another saying that there was a rogue wave theory. Another was the cargo hold flooding theory, basically saying that there was too much cargo on the boat and it snapped in half as it went up on top of a wave. And of course, there's many others. Structural failure theory, kind of the same thing, snapped in half, but they're saying that it was the boat's structural failure. But yeah, still unknown how it happened, but wrecked or sank just north of Whitefish Bay. And that is my history video on the SS Edmund Fitzgerald.